What is up, everybody? Welcome back to some more DMartin Today we will be reacting to some Backrooms. That is right. We will be reacting to Backrooms off of Game Tunes. So the first video we got here is Player versus Backrooms cartoon animation. So let's get right into it.
It's starting to interdimensionally tear. We need to shut it down.
No, I don't care what happens to keep the experiment going. You hear me?
This whole place is gonna blow.
I've done it! I've finally done it!
All right, forget this.
What did I just say?
I'm sorry, ma'am. I have to do what I have to do.
Then, so do I.
Wait, don't!
Okay, so the first thing I'm noticing is that there is a mad woman, like a mad scientist woman that creates the Backrooms. Well, the portal to the Backrooms.
Alright, you two. Your mission is to head in there and observe. Set up security cameras around the perimeter, document the environment, and bring back anything you find in there. Anything. Let's head out.
Roger that, boss.
Okay, cut.
Oh, come on. I thought that was a good take.
What the heck is this movie even about? Why are you wearing a monkey mask?
Good cinema isn't understood, player, only felt.
Yeah, leave the story and costume design to us. You just focus on the cinematography, okay?
Fine. What's next?
Same action, just back up to get a wide shot for coverage.
And make sure to get my good side.
Is this good?
Now, keep going.
Here?
One more step.
Wait. What the? Hello? Guys? What's going on here? Huh?
Okay, so he node clips into the Backrooms after stepping back doing a movie. Now, there is people in there searching, so I hope they find him and save him before anything gets to him.
Guys, if this is some kind of weird joke, it's not funny. Is someone there? Okay, how the heck do I get out of this place? What? Who would write this stuff? Don't move. Stay still? Oh, come on! This video is sponsored by Albert. Hey there, viewer. / Game Tunes. Now back to the video. Great, now I'm in somebody's unfinished basement. Just kill me already. And if you find this camera, tell my friends their movie was never going to be a critical or financial success.
Oh my god. There's a person in here?
Huh? Where'd that monster go? Who are you people?
Monster?
Yeah, it was tall and black and wiry with this horrible screech.
Okay, bud, just calm down. I don't know what you think you saw, but we're the only ones down here.
The human imagination can't handle the emptiness of the Backrooms. Goes wild, tries to, fill in something.
I'm I'm not crazy. I got it on camera.
Wait, really?
The boss would love to see that.
You can have it if you get me out of here. You know where the exit is?
Sure do.
Yeah, just stick with us. Put this on and we'll take you.
Really? Oh, boy.
What a relief. But first, we're gonna have to make a pit stop.
Sure, anything. Just don't leave me alone in this horrible place anymore.
No, of course. Our errand shouldn't take too long. Just have to check the cameras.
Follow us.
Hey, wait up! So, the Backrooms. That's what you call this place?
Catchy name, right?
We're still not completely sure what it is. Some say it's a purgatory dimension. A kind of buffer zone between this universe and the next.
We came in through a portal, but every once in a while, an unlucky sap steps on a seam in the space-time fabric. No clips out of reality and...
Ends up here?
Yep. Hence the, occasional corpse.
So, who built all this?
Nobody knows. Our best guess is somehow built itself.
How is that possible?
Kid, in this business, your definition of possible changes every day.
What was that?
Probably nothing. Just some weight shifting. Cameras are up ahead.
Quite a setup you got here.
And it don't come cheap. These cameras are designed to detect even the slightest change in air pressure. If that monster of yours came through here, it'll be on our footage.
It's coming! Run!
Hey, kid!
Come back! Slow down!
That could have been anything on the screen. Dead pixels.
Screen tear!
Swamp gas.
Phew.
It's okay. You're going to be fine.
Are we lost?
No way. We got a geolocator that'll lead us right back to base camp. All you gotta do is follow us, and you'll be all right.
Okay.
Camp is just a few meters north.
Wait, did you guys hear that?
Hear what?
People talking? Is that the rest of your crew?
Just sounds like the old Backrooms buzz to me.
Let's keep moving. Boss is expecting us back soon.
No, guys, you can't go that way. It's a trap. It's a trap.
His egg is cooked. You got a sedative?
Uh-huh. Yeah, is that you volunteering to carry him?
No, listen to me. We need to go another way. Maybe through here. Wait, guys? Guys? Hello? Where'd you go? What happened here?
Don't go in there! Don't go in there! No Wi-Fi. Okay, I'll just chill then.
Matt?
No! There's no exit! Guess I better try not moving. Like the sign said, maybe it's like a T-Rex. Just stay still. It won't see you. Don't move my butt. That's horrible advice. You may be strong, creature thing, but I'm faster. You finally met your Ah! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Okay, he has to jump. That's the only way. That's the only way he's safe.
What the heck? This probably won't kill me. Ah! Ha! Too slow to make it across, huh? That jump took a lot out of me. Good thing the monster's out of the picture. Right? Ugh. Looks like somebody wasn't so lucky. Don't move. Come on, you guys are just guessing. Better put some distance between me and that thing before I end up like Geopet over here. Good thing my camera's got a light. Whoa! Plants? Nope, just wallpaper. Creepy. Guess this could come in handy if that thing finds me again. It's just the wall settling. It's just the wall settling. You're okay. What is this place? Phew. I really should have done track. AV Club is terrible cardio. Whew. Wait, is that an echo or... Hello? No echo, which means... Ow! No! Not a step closer. I'm warning you. Stay back! There's gotta be something else I can do. Think. That's it! Yes! Take that! I'm out of here! Just gotta keep moving. This is new.
Wait, is that crazy lady gonna be in the back rooms?
Hello? Any humans in here?
No, not usually. That makes us both special. Why don't you tell me a little about yourself?
Okay, well, let's watch the next video that they have posted. They have posted this.
Your brand new Burks outlet is opening soon. And we're celebrating with 2 full weekends of great games and giveaways. Find
Answer the question. Who are you? What are you doing here?
I'm a normal guy, ma'am. I have no clue how any of this happened. Please don't kill me.
Oh, yeah, normal kid, huh? Who just happens to appear on the day of one of our most sensitive operations,
No!
Who do you work for?
Nobody. I just want to go home.
Well, you should have thought of that before breaking into my... Dear God.
How is that thing not dead? I thought I fried it for sure. I teleported again? At least I'm out of reach of that creature. It's so hot in here. Even the air is sweaty. Ouch! That burns. Guess I gotta go real careful. What was that? Whatever it is, it's coming from up ahead. No! Maybe I can use one of these pipes as a weapon? Ow! That was hot enough to melt my suit. Guess this is it then.
Anybody in here?
Or is some entity trying to trick us?
Hey, it's you guys.
Kid!
Why, great to see you again.
I was so worried. I thought I lost you forever.
The rooms like to do that. The second you're feeling like you've got your bearings, bam! It'll shuffle you to a different room. Sometimes a different level altogether.
Different level?
Yeah. are flooded, some are rotten. This level will cook you alive if you stay in one place too long.
Good to know.
Follow us. You'll be okay. The portal should be just up ahead.
Wait a second, guys.
What?
Your footsteps.
What about them?
They don't make any noise.
Yeah, I lobbied for some gooshier souls to make our treks less painful.
No.
What's the problem now?
Then, what I heard earlier, that wasn't you.
What are you talking about?
No!
What do we do?
Run!
Why does that thing even exist? Did it evolve to be that way?
Before today, we didn't know life existed in the back rooms. That may actually still be true.
What do you mean?
That thing doesn't breathe, it doesn't eat, it doesn't get tired. As far as we can tell, it kills for no reason. It's not alive.
Then who created it?
As mortals, we expect everything to have a beginning and end. Maybe it wasn't created. Maybe like the back rooms themselves, it just always was.
Look up ahead. I think it's back.
No. Now that's a totally different shape. Something else.
Something dangerous?
Don't think so. Some of these pipes could be carrying sewage. Maybe it's a pile of it.
It doesn't smell.
Your safe filters out odors. You should be able to go around it. Just remember not to touch the walls.
I think it's hatching. I think it's... Run! Hatching. One more step and that would have been a goner. How do we get across?
How do you think?
Ouch, 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 ouch.
Just don't look down and don't fall off. Just keep moving. It's okay. It'll be over soon. You okay?
Barely.
Can you walk?
I think so. Well, let's just keep going.
Okay. Given the readings on my tracker, the path to level 0 should be...
Hey! Over here!
That sounds like Hazmat Guy. He's alive!
Careful. That thing can mimic voices, remember?
No, look!
What happened? How'd you escape?
Wait a minute. Something's up here. No. That... well...
Oh, just gave him the old right hook. Scared him right off.
How did you fix your suit?
What?
That wouldn't scare him off if bullets wouldn't have. And yeah, how did he fix his suit?
We're stabbed, remember?
Oh, yeah. The monster missed the important stuff, thank God. Was able to patch myself up with my first aid kit.
That's some first aid kit.
What first aid kit? Hazmat suits don't have pockets. Gotta think about that. Is he an imposter?
I'll have someone study you when we get back, but you look okay to me.
Phew, what a relief. Come on, the exit to level 0 is right through here.
That's not what my tracker says.
Did it get wet?
We did run through a lot of steam.
Well, case closed. This whole level is hell for electronics. Trust me, level 0 is right up here.
Lead the way.
Something's off with this guy. So, how many levels are there anyway?
Science has no idea.
Human science has no idea.
What does that mean?
I'm just saying, the back rooms only seem split into levels from our three-dimensional perspective. I'm sure the entities, those who can travel freely between the planes, have a different view on things.
That's an interesting theory. Where'd you hear that?
Oh, just something that's been buzzing around my head for a while.
There's no way that's really him. It's gotta be some kind of entity in disguise.
What do you mean?
Well, we've seen beings that make eggs out of human skin. What if some of them wear it? Think about it. He shows back up after being impaled without a scratch on him, and now he's spouting these weird theories?
That's quite a leap.
Just watch this. Hey man, who created the Backrooms again?
That's easy. You did, player.
What?
You and every other person who fears being alone, being forgotten. The Backrooms are realms of pure thought. Vast roots stretch into the pool of our unconscious, drinking fear by the gallon. And so, the rooms grow.
Huh. See what I mean? And now he's leading us to who knows where.
My tracker could be faulty. We were exposed to a lot of hot water.
Listen, we either turn around now, or trust me, he's gonna lead us straight into the jaws of another monster. This is it. Nice knowing you. Ta-da!
What? So, is he the monster? Is he a monster? Because if he leads them to the portal, why would he? It makes no sense, but okay.
What?
You were saying?
Right this way. Watch your step.
Just don't let your guard down. Stay close. I don't want us getting separated again.
We should be in radio range of base camp. This is Field Agent B-24. I'm en route with my partner and a kid. Make sure the portal's hot. Over.
Negative, B-24. That kid is a liability. He's seen the inner workings of our organization.
What are you suggesting I do? Terminate him.
No, nothing messy. Just lead him down a dead end and leave him there. And make up something about having to check instruments or something, whatever feels natural. Bottom line, he does not leave the back rooms, understood?
What? You can't!
And we won't. We get to base camp, run straight for the portal. Most of the scientists on the other side are unarmed. If you're fast enough, they won't be able to stop you. Can you do that?
Yes?
Okay. Right up ahead here. Oh, no. No, I really don't like the sound of that. It's probably one of those skinwalkers. They usually hunt in packs. We need to get out of here. Now. There! They're there!
Phew! They got you pretty bad, huh? Shouldn't you be screaming or
Why isn't he like screaming or yelling or anything?
something? It hurts.
B-24 to Watchtower. Come in, Watchtower. We're ready to cross the breach. Over.
You ditched the kid?
Yes. Open the portal. Now. Get ready to run.
Come on, he just needs to run. He's almost there. He's like right there. The portal's open. Just run.
I'm ready.
That's not good.
No, I can't outrun all of them.
Can't hurt to be careful, right? B-24, B-25, surrender for mandatory questioning. Unnamed kid, step away from the portal.
I can't just leave him here.
We have no other choice. He could unravel our whole operation.
Then we're staying too.
You sure? Your partner has severe injuries. You stay over there, he dies in maybe a day.
You can't be choosing that imposter over me.
I'm sorry. Let's go, B-25.
Come on! He showed up miraculously healed after being shish kebabbed by a monster. He suddenly knows all these secrets about the Backrooms, and just now, I had to remind him to be in pain.
Exactly my point.
Please, listen to me. He's bad news.
Take care of yourself.
Fine. Don't believe me? How's that for...
What is that?
Proof.
No.
Oh my god! The bacteria monster completely took over you!
This could have gone so smoothly.
Wow. Well, that's some game tunes. But let's search up Backrooms.
Audible has just the right thing for every kind of true crime fan. Fraudster tale fans, fans of unsolved mysteries, heist fans.
Where's the coffee mat?
Where's the coffee mat? Wow.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Film Theory, the show that reminds you that all the creepiest pastas came from the 1980s.
Hulk Hogan, he's got Pasta Mania in the Mall of America. I want to try to get a word with him.
Pasta Mania has got all my Hulkamaniacs running wild. And I've eaten so many Hulkaroos and Hulkayous, I kind of feel sorry.
Fun fact, that restaurant would go on to receive 3 Michelin stars. Well, I hope you carbo-loaded on that Pasta Mania, Hulkamaniacs, because tonight... hidden in the middle of the maze, covered in a violent explosion of black. Who is this guy? What is this guy? And most importantly of all, should we be concerned about that monster roaming the halls? Probably, right? Usually a giant roaring threat is something to be concerned about, so throw on your hazmat suits, friends, and grab your tow lines. Today, we're going in deep. First, let's talk about timeline, shall we? Part of what makes the lore of the Backrooms so hard to crack in an initial watch is that it follows the tried-and-true formula of series like The Walton Files, Mandela Catalog, and FNAF, where the story is just told out of order. The very first upload of the series, Backrooms Found Footage, actually comes last in the timeline currently, September 23rd, 1996. So, through the power of reorganization, let's recap what we know in the order that we know it. Our story begins in 1982 with Async, a corporation conducting scientific research into magnetism and or electromagnetic field generators under government contract during the Cold War. In our first video of the series, Prototype, a video that, no joke, released as I was writing this paragraph, so forgive me if I miss anything in it, we get our first event of the series. A metallic marble is surrounded by what appears to be electromagnetic field generating tubes. Notice how the shape and general design matches diagrams for similar real-life generators. The system fires up, and just like that, the ball is gone, presumably teleported to some space within space, thereby making the ball a subspace emissary, if you will. I hate myself for that joke, but then again, you don't pass up the opportunity to make the very rare subspace emissary joke. Anyway, by July of 1988, Async, emboldened by that initial success, has given their distortion field experiments a room-sized glow-up called Project KV-31. According to the video The Third Test, the goal of these experiments was to solve, quote, all future storage and housing needs. So it seems like the foundation of our story here is that science discovers an entire other universe of endless space, and our first thought was, hey, it's a good place to store our junk. In total, Async conducts 5 failed tests to try and open a portal to this subspace before the 6th finally proves successful. On October 17th, 1989 at 5:04 p.m. Pacific, with the generator beefed up and something redacted being introduced into something else redacted, the threshold gets cranked up and blasts out a light show that seems to almost shake the facility apart. When the smoke clears, the Backrooms themselves themselves have finally appeared on the other end. Async has achieved first contact. Unfortunately, that's not the only thing that happened. That date and time, 5:04 p.m. on October 17th, 1989, also happened to be, in reality, the moment a magnitude 6.9 lol hit the central coast of California, killing 63 and injuring thousands more. The timing here is clearly not meant to be a coincidence, as a secret unlisted video on Kane Pixel's channel gives us real archival news footage from the Loma Prieta quake, including a map highlighting the location of the earthquake's epicenter, the Santa Cruz Mountains. In short, we now know where our async test facility is hidden. It's here, the epicenter of that devastating quake. And from that point forward, the world appears to be glitched. We see in the video missing persons that from October 1989 onward, huge numbers of ordinary people just start to go missing as they no-clip through reality, falling into this newly opened Backrooms metaspace. All the while, Async is slowly exploring this new environment. On February 3rd, 1990, they have their first major discovery, a mysterious dead body coated in what appears to be some type of black mold or aged blood splatter. So far in the series, he remains as an unidentified John Doe, but my suspicion is that this is actually Nicholas Bolton, a missing person that we see at the top of the upload. Notice a few of the details here. First, he's not wearing a hazmat suit, which clearly tells us that this is not an Async employee. Instead, it's someone who no-clipped into the Backrooms. Second, to compare their physical appearances. Notice the wider nose, tall forehead, the hoodie, just like we see on Nicholas's missing poster. Around the same time, we also see that Async's government contract appears to have been canceled. In the next video autopsy report, we get quick cuts of various images on a screen. One image here is the top line of a document with the words contract termination. Things aren't looking too great for Async, and they're about to get worse. Just shy of 1 month later, the fourth member of an Async exploration crew is lured away from the rest by mysterious voices in the walls and ceiling, only to see his team glitch out of space when he tries to rejoin them.
Guys, do you hear this? Hey guys, do you hear this? Hey! Oh. Guys? George?
Now lost, he wanders the hallways, stumbling across a bizarre theater with burned remains in the middle of the floor, as well as a smaller crawl space with non-carpeted floors, forest print wallpaper, and the facade of a house with farm equipment out front. As he continues his search, we see what looks to be an exit into an Async control room, considering his keycard works on the door and his sounds of relief. But it winds up empty, and his presence triggers a red alert. End of upload. About a week later, on March 5th, Async rigs cameras to motion sensors to capture the action of what's going on in the Backrooms while people aren't there. We see Async crew members constructing more walls. Yeah, cause that's what the Backrooms needed. More rooms. Humanity, you dumb. Later that night at 3 a.m., the cameras capture a bizarre dark shape that seems to be moving along the walls or the ceiling. Looks like the Backrooms monster's been watching some YouTube videos. Don't explore the Backrooms at 3 a.m. Asterisk scary. Asterisk you will cry. Asterisk shooketh. Which then brings us all the way back to the first ever upload, Kane's original found footage video. In 1996, a young cinematographer named Kane no-clips through the ground, falling into the Backrooms, where he encounters some kind of monster that attacks and presumably kills him, sending his camera falling through yet another clip and back out into reality. If you go frame by frame during this moment, you can actually see Kane's whole body here being attacked by the monster as the camera falls. It's a very cool little detail that I noticed. So anyway, that's the story that we've gotten thus far, but it leaves plenty of major questions for us to speculate about. What's the nature of the Backrooms? What is the monster roaming the halls? Why are there voices and farmhouses hidden inside the walls? Well, let's start with the monster. Is it human? Doesn't appear to be. You can probably also eliminate animal and bird. An insect? Nah. Maybe some kind of robot? It looks a little bit like one if you squint, but then again, I've always got animatronics on the brain, so I'm a little bit biased. I've seen some people suggest that it could be a ghost or an energy monster. No, energy monster, not monster energy. Regardless, we can eliminate both options because it has a physical form. It is able to throw objects and grab Kane. No, I think the Backrooms has already told us what this thing is. It's a mutated bacteria. Now, I know, bacteria are supposed to be really small, literally microorganisms, whereas the Backrooms monster is anything but. However, one thing that bacteria love to do is form colonial organisms, animals that are actually groups of smaller animals all Voltron together. TLDR, I think that is what we're looking at here. A colonial organism composed of of bacteria, possibly one that's been further mutated by exposure to human DNA, specifically a mutated strain of hay bacillus. That may seem specific, but there's a definite reason for it. You see, after Async discovers the mysterious dead body, they conduct an autopsy report on it, confirming that it's been decayed at uneven rates due to having been overtaken by a mutated strain of bacteria.
It's like portions of the body stopped decaying and were sustained. I took samples of some material here. It seems to be closer to a mutated strain of simple hay bacillus. It should be completely benign, but really, I don't know what to make of this.
Well, don't worry, Doc, because I do. You see, hay bacillus, also known as Bacillus subtilis, is pretty darn common, living in places like the human and cow digestive systems. It's a rod-shaped bacteria that's generally pretty harmless, and science loves these little guys. It's used a lot in experiments because it's very easy to genetically modify. This is one of the all-purpose cultures you'll find in almost any lab using bacteria for research because it's durable, it's manipulable, and it adapts in a very elastic way. And because it's so strong and resilient, it's been used to test out extreme environments like outer space, which I call out because later in the video autopsy report, we see that quick montage of images I mentioned earlier, and it includes close-ups of bacteria cultures along with rocket and space imagery, all seeming to relate to this very idea. Oh yeah, and it's also been used by the military. Between 1950 and 1970, the U.S. Army released aerosolized bacteria believed to be harmless over populated areas of the country without telling anyone, all to study what the impact might look like if an enemy ever tried something similar. Another test was conducted on the New York subway system in 1966, utilizing our little hay bacteria. They kind of just dumped it in through the sewer grates and people dusted it off their shoulders. Here's the thing, Army, when you're on a New York subway, the biggest biological threat isn't the sketchy bacteria powder that you're dumping on us, it's the guy open mouth hacking into my face during rush hour. Anyway, all this about durability and space and genetic mutation makes me think that our monster is a walking, roaring bacteria culture surviving in the backrooms and evolving by coming into contact with the humans that keep no clipping in. And that's not just speculation either. Kane has seemed to confirm parts of this. Recently, on his Ko-Fi account, which is basically like his Patreon, he dropped this picture of the monster explicitly labeled as bacteria. Something tells me you're gonna need some more than antibiotics to kill that bacterial infection. Now that is what I call biological warfare. So that's a little bit about the monster, but then what are the backrooms themselves? What exactly are they, and what's their nature telling us about the world this story is set in? Well, when talking about internet urban legends to base a video series around, the backrooms is still pretty new. The original meme dates to 2019. The lore and branching ARGs all come up later, and these videos have all gone up in the last few months. This is a brand new evolving concept, but the bigger idea that it's grounded in, that the world we know has secret hollow spaces behind the scenes that we aren't supposed to enter, that idea goes way back into ancient mythology and folklore, probably as old as the human psyche itself. The ancient Greeks believed that spirits of the dead and plenty of other things inhabited an entire underworld of caves and caverns. The 19th century French occultist Joseph Alexandre Saint-Yves Marquis de Levendre, how's that for a name, advanced what he claimed was evidence of an inner world inside the earth itself called Agartha, that some people still think is a thing today. Even the idea of just ordinary maintenance tunnels and access shafts all over the world being connected to a more sinister purpose was part of the background mythology in Jordan Peele's horror movie Us.
And someone please pick a healer.
It's a very familiar-looking wallpaper, but of them all, the Backrooms is probably most similar to the work of mid-20th century sci-fi horror creator Richard Matheson. He wrote the stories that inspired I Am Legend and The Incredible Shrinking Man, as well as many episodes of Star Trek and Twilight Zone, including the infamous Gremlin on the Wing episode with William Shatner. But perhaps most importantly for us today, he wrote Little Girl... Probably most similar to the work of mid-20th century sci-fi horror creator Richard Matheson. He wrote the stories that inspired I Am Legend and The Incredible Shrinking Man, as well as many episodes of Star Trek and Twilight Zone, including the infamous Gremlin on the Wing episode with William Shatner. But perhaps most importantly for us today, he wrote Little Girl Lost, an episode of The Twilight Zone that was so iconic it would be parodied by The Simpsons years later in one of their Halloween episodes using really expensive for the time 3D animation.
It's like, did anyone see the movie Tron?
No. Ash. I mean, no.
In both versions of the story, a character accidentally finds themselves passing through an imperceptible rift between our dimension and another, unable to find their way out, getting lost in a vast, confusing, repetitive maze. Sound familiar? Really similar to the idea of falling into the Backrooms. In fact, the only real difference between all these stories is the terminology involved. For the original Backrooms lore, they say that you've no-clipped through reality, a phrase borrowed from video games to describe when solid graphical elements pass through one another in a way that the program doesn't intend, resulting in a player character ending up in an empty space outside of the quote-unquote level box. This sometimes allows you to skip around and cheat, especially when you're talking about older games when developers were still figuring out how to make 3D work. Now, Kane Pixels' Backrooms has yet to make any explicit reference to this. We have never heard the phrase no clipping, and we have not once seen any references to video games or digital worlds. In fact, Kane's series has taken the general concept of the Backrooms and layering on a science fiction rationale to ground it in a very believable reality. And yet, the video game stuff, I think this is exactly what he's building towards. And the key is right here at 5:45 in the very first upload. Check out the rope. It's sitting there, just sitting right there. At first, I thought nothing of it. It's just garbage on the ground, whatever. But then, 1 month later, we get this at the midpoint of informational video. As the lost async employee explores the smaller crawl space with forest wallpaper, he stumbles across the facade of a farmhouse, and near it is this, an axe leaning against the wall. Again, a singular object just sitting there alone waiting to get picked up. So we're wandering through a maze made of geometric shapes and repeating textures, stalked by a monster, and random useful objects are just sitting there out in the open on the ground waiting to get picked up. No real context around them. It looks a lot to me like a video game, the kind of video game you might no-clip in or out of. To me, this whole area with the tree texture wallpaper, the facade of a house on the wall, the random old-time farm tools that just look slightly geometrically off, this looks like the exact way older 3D video games, I'm talking PlayStation 1 era, would use polygons and flat textures to try and render outdoors and nature settings within level box designs. They would paint the walls to look like trees. They would paper the sky blue with textures. They would stick a house facade onto a giant rectangle to surround the door that they want you to go into. Check out the wheelbarrows, specifically the shadows of the wheelbarrows. Notice how they don't really move or shift position as the bright flashlight beam moves? Well, this certainly could be just 3D animation issues. It also reflects how many early video games couldn't or didn't use dynamic shaders. Shadows, if they existed at all, tended to be fixed and painted onto textures. This saved on processing power, but also gave objects a bit of a flat look. There's even a point where our async employee leans in close to the wheelbarrows where it looks like the wallpaper pixel smears into just color lines. Again, like you'd see in a video game with texture mapping on the fritz. So if the Backrooms is indeed the space you go to when you no-clip through the ground, like we see Kane do in episode 1, then we're looking at evidence that reality itself on our side of the threshold is also a simulation. It could very well be that this whole series is just a modern take on the Matrix, a simulation that no one realizes they're in. And when Async opens the door to the Backrooms, they're finding a storage area for the extra unused assets.
Wow. That was unexpected. I did not expect that at all. I did not know that much till today, but I hope y'all learned something about the Backrooms. Legend. I hope y'all had a good time. And like, subscribe, to post notifications on. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.